it appears that only about $7 million of the funding sources identified for this increased expenditure is actual cash, and that's because that's the money that was set aside for the Hay study. And so really the only solid source of funding for this additional spending authority is to transfer the Hay money that it will be collected, that is being collected, over to Coble's health insurance.
This is something that Senator Pangilinan has been saying since the administration announced that they would reverse the implementation of the Hay raises due to GovGuam's lack of funding. Now the administration is asking to spend even more money, including money they saved by not paying Hay raises. The administration does identify several other funding sources for this additional spending request, but Senator Pangilinan says these funding sources are questionable.
Are we in fact going to collect an additional $36 million in cash to pay for these additional obligations that have been identified as requiring support? For example, the reimbursements from the fund of the autonomous agencies. They say they're going to court, and they say they're not going to pay, so we don't know that we're going to get that cash.
Pangilinan says that the governor is asking to spend money from sources that may not be supported by actual cash. He believes this means the only cash available to cover this additional spending request will come from income tax refunds.
You can bet that the refunds will even be slower in being paid, if not stop altogether, and he's going to take that cash that is given for the refunds and pay for all these other obligations that he says he now has increased.
Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz doesn't appear to trust any of the administration's numbers either.
I'm glad that they finally admitted that they made some errors. The only concern that I have is that they're admitting that the errors are made by the person or the department that's responsible for holding our checkbook. And if they're making errors, how are we supposed to believe anything that they're saying now as to where this money is coming from, if they need this money?